Hello everybody and welcome to another SoyBomb stream. My hand hurts because I spent most of that introduction wrestling with a bottle. How about that? Alright, let's get right into it. I think we're ready. Are you ready? I think I'm ready. So hello to Draven, Devere, Mats, we've got Inu, we've got Wizard. I think we're all good. We gotta press the A button. Oh, I did not turn down the audio, did I? Actually, I can't hear it out of the TV, so it must be fine. And we need power, so we need Gatorade Frost Iceberg to get us through this. Ooh, that's flavorful. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? It's like a recap. On the last episode of Soy Wright. Ah, there you go. It's a cold flavor, like an iced berry. Oh, wait. Oh, is that the French side? Oh, that was the French side. Okay, I didn't realize that. Iceberg is the French name of it. In English, it's Glacier Freeze. Scientifically formulated sports drink. Not that that makes it any more sensical. Finish up that game, Wizard. The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. He died twice. He was a cat. He lost 2 lives. What's this and the evidence room part? Prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're gonna find out. We'll try to, at least. I'm hoping to finish this stream a little early today, if I can. But I don't know. There's something that I need to work on tonight. So, hopefully it happens. If it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. Get that right. You're right, Graydon. How's everybody doing today, by the way? You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That's good, Wizard. However, if you spoil it, if you ever spoil it, you will be kicked out, like, permanently. So please don't do that. But it does sound like I should really push myself into justice for all sometime. That oil drum. Was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the scene, crime scene? Never. That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Hee hee hey. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? The situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Why was there an oil drum filled with water in an underground parking lot? That's a good question. Well, hey, you know what? People get thirsty. Could have been an emergency water supply. Luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. The low point... the low point. There is no low point in this series. This series is great. Although now I'm wondering why they didn't just stick with this. Why did they jump over to Apollo Justice, which sounds kind of lame. Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You got an extra pair of glasses. That's convenient. Alright. Let's test for a blood reaction. Like this. Press the A button to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some blood stains. Well, I found something. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a blood stain? Maybe. Emma, you're shaking. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. Oh dear. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a blood stain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this? Scientifically. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. If they fought here, there'd have to be more blood than this. Ew. 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 Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a blood stain, okay? Am I looking for more blood? See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Saved up my allowance to buy that delicious stuff. Ema Sky. Okay. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. And let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah. Feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? Most people have about 5 liters of blood. There should definitely be more blood. Assuming that was blood. What if that was Gatorade Frost Glacier Freeze? Spray on anything suspicious. Ah! I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Starr! You only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. I think I'd like to spray more. Oh, I don't want to do this all over again. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. This whole thing is suspicious. Water washing over drying blood doesn't really just wash it away. You have to scrub. Something's up. Maybe it was scrubbed away, except for that luminol spritz. No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see? I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry, you lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Starr? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. Committed perjury, you perjurer. Remember Simon the Sorcerer? You're John the Perjurer. She should have really be held in contempt of court, but Judge Old Man Draven is a pretty bad judge. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I drag the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. Before long they called me the cough-up queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go? Fired? I felt that I had found my dream job and I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. SL9? Oh my, what? What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. On that note. She didn't get the name because, you know, she was a phlegm master. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case. Murder weapon. Well, hello there, cat lady. We've got Kyle Herman, we've got Kier Armstrong. Hello, everybody. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate that. You're gonna enjoy my my accent here for a bit. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. Hey, Dark Jake, how's it going? Thank you for the raid. I appreciate that. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Just not yet. Hey, the Moo, how's it going? Popping up there. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate that. Hope everybody's having a good day. How are things in Oakland? Auckland. I don't live in Auckland, so it must be somebody else. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Well, tell me about this. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. These aren't the Oakland Raiders. Oh, I get it. They made that joke in Full House. Oh dear. How goes the investigations? I don't know. Because apparently, the murder that I'm investigating, that murder apparently also happened at the exact same time 30 minutes away. I don't know how that happened. So you went straight to the scene of the crime. I rushed toward the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime? Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The whole of my testimony, as it were. Listen, little girl, I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't gonna have it disregarded again. Just like that time. Tell me about the shoe. You take a look at this? You, yes? You said you wanted some hot tea, right? No, but thanks. You must have to brew the leaves a long time to get rich flavor like this. We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing. I knew it! So that's the secret to their aroma. Exquisite! Anything else we want to talk about? Yeah, let's talk about the incident. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Oh the criminal got what was coming to him. Doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, he never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen. Others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. Tell me about Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. Dark Jake Marshall, as they call him. And then, it was over. And he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten. Neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There's another side to that case. A hidden side. That's what we're after now. No one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait. Those lunches you saw. They're all pieces of that executed guy. No, I'm just kidding. There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends. Boy friends that can help me investigate. Are you sure? I think you're guilty. And not guilty of being innocent. I'll tell you that. There has to be a connection. So, rookie? What? Seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Here, have a big old steak. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. It's probably Jake, but it could also be the judge. Yep, it's for Jake though. Who need it? She's trying to kill you with a steak. Also, who puts butter on a steak? Miss Starr? Officer Marshall, is he your, are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Pat of butter on steak. That it should not. I see. Thank you. Alright. Alright. I'm wondering if I can, I do more spraying. I mean, I've looked at all this already. Not too much new around here. Well, I guess I could check. Maybe we've been eating our steak all wrong. I hope not. I accept pad of butter. It doesn't have to be a pat of butter. I don't know what kind of case this SL9 incident thing was. It's kind of hard to guess just knowing the case number. I guess we'd have to look it up, wouldn't we? That's about as red as a sports car can get. Yep. Well, we kind of know this. I think it was called a sedan or a coupe. Okay. These are car types, Mr. Wright, not models. You're a guy, aren't you, Mr. Wright? You're supposed to know these things. Anything else going on? That's an A. A block. Yeah. Okay, so not a lot new. This rope is it, yeah. So nothing really new. Although I do want to look at this. This is the famous oil drum. Pat of butter. Yeah, Mrs. Butterworth's pad. Well, no time like the present, I'll try to kick it over myself. Hi-ya! That's okay, don't cry. So, hold on. She had a tough time kicking over the empty one. Am I able to, like... No. No, hold on. She used the phone, right? Okay. So there's stuff there, definitely. I'm just gonna spray like everywhere and just see. There's no blood anywhere else, really. Let's waste it all. But there was definitely some on the phone here. Here, a phone. Let's see if it works. Oh, what? But wait a minute. Okay, so hold on. I don't need to, like, look at it, but I do want to spray. Like, I spray right here. Oh, I had to spray it 3 times. I see. Let's examine the phone here. I don't get it either, Draven, but it's a hierarchy thing. This blood must be from Lana. No, my sister isn't the murderer. She did call you, didn't she? At the time of the crime, and her right hand is bandaged. Hey, just whose side are you on? That's nothing to do with taking sides. Alright. You know what? I'm actually kind of curious a little more. I just want to do a little more spraying. Anything else? Whoops. Sorry, that menu's in the way. I can't examine under here because the menu's in the way. But how come there's like no blood on the oil drums? I'll give you that. That's why the court system in this series is on the brink. I'll tell you, I'm not a big fan of the court system in this game, but they let too many things slide, to be honest. I just want to make sure there's no blood like over here. I think we're good. Alright. Well, maybe we'll go to the detention center. Looks like Miss Sky is in questioning. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to answer that? Didn't Mr. Gant say they'd arrested a suspect in the police department murder? Let's come back later. Yeah, I want to know who committed that other murder. Oh, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. It makes my head hurt. First things first, let's go check out the police department crime scene. Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up or we could wind up dead. I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much. Okay. I just want to examine what this guy is saying right now. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. I know! The killer used dry ice! If you put it between the latch and the door, the room could be sealed shut. This is good. I'll win a writer's award for sure. I was writing a novel on the job. Very good. Very good. Very good. It's even busier today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. So the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk. Here it is. Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. Anything new, or are they like, they're the same? You idiot. What were you thinking? Where's your head? So, sir, it's right here, sir. I don't feel like too much interesting is going to be out here, but you never know. Let's go to the guard station. Cop would write something more believable and likely to happen, but I guess not. Hey, it could happen. What is this? There is a lot of alcohol in here. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime. No, we weren't. No, that was a different room last time. Sure seems that way. Oh. What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. Now, if there was ever good advice, that is it. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where is the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Well, let's examine. Texas. Why is there a lasso on the ground? Look, on the floor. A lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. Trap? Here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch up a wild bull in here. Yeah, I bet you that's what it was. A wild bull. That's what I think it was, for sure. The lasso missed. You sure have an active imagination. Computer. It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of there. We could. Also an ugly hat. Yikes, these sure are prickly. They must be the real deal. Just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. They're both green and pointy. Another Capcom masterpiece squared off in your Capcom bucket list. You have a Capcom bucket list. Oh. You know, encased in a cold, rigid shell, the spines pointing in every direction. Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. You're right. Sure, it's a lot of liquor. Oh, I've already seen that. There's a security guard uniform hanging here. Looks more like a costume than a uniform. A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again? A paunchy? Pinchy? I know. A poochie! Poochie the rockin' dog! Wait, maybe that wasn't it. Mega Man, Ace Attorney, Mega Man X, or Ace Attorney. It's a Poochie the rockin' dog! You look like you've got something to say! Do you? Yes, I certainly do. I have to go now. My planet needs me. The swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon. Good. For Mega Man X games, stop there. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch! I'd say it'd be more of a ye-arg myself. Alright. I just go... Well, the evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? You need someone's permission to go in there first. I agree wholeheartedly. Who can I ask? There's nobody here. Please! Huh? Wasn't that... One steak lunch, please. X6... No, don't play that. Don't. Detective Gumshoe! Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. Now's no time for despair. We've caught our criminal, now we just need evidence. Criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? On the same day that the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested them, in fact. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here talking isn't gonna fill my belly. Wait, don't leave. You wanna know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later. He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation's off to a running start. Now, I can check out the guard station and see if he lets me in, but they don't. What should we do? Where should we begin? Well, isn't it obvious? We should begin with that, you know, that thing. That reminds you, remember our discussion on the Mega Man animated series and questionable voice acting? No. However, I do know about Mega Man and its questionable voice acting. I should know. I bought the complete DVD set. The mystery of the victim, I guess. How could one man, Detective Goodman, be killed in two places simultaneously? He's a hologram. Oh, well, you see. We should go to the police department. The evidence room, was it? I'm not being very useful here, am I? And the murderer was Bruce Goodman, killer of Bruce Goodman. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all the rumors? Hello, Steph. How's it going? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. There's that business with him not reading that officer's report. Ah, about the killing at the police department. Right. Oh. I don't think we've made much progress, other than the fact that we used luminol and found blood, and talked to the cough-up queen and found out why she's really called the cough-up queen. I guess that's progress, actually. Alright. I think we should go to the detention center. Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Whee! What? What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrator to get, sir. That's what I'd say. What? Who was it? Oh, what? Oh, hi. Greetings, sir. I didn't know it was this guy again. The guy whose art doesn't match anybody else. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. I don't think this guy did anything. Is there a guard here at the detention center? No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, yeah. Captain N, don't rely on that for accuracy. Simon Belmont is quite the jerk. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir, how should I say this? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir! What? What? Okay, that's unexpected. Sir, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir! Sir! What a weirdo. Ow, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. Oh, there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Oh, yeah. I do not recommend you follow Captain N for accuracy. Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's why I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir! Ah, suspicious person, yeah, whoa, whoa, whoa. What? Cutsman. What is this guy? What is this guy? Is this guy human? Why does his art not match, like, anything else in the game whatsoever? I prefer Cutman's voice in the Mega Man cartoon. He had kind of a Peter Lorre thing going on there. What happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here, at the detention center. Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. Another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first. Oh, sorry. First things first. Tell us how you hurt your hand. Well, anyway. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir! Please don't look at me like those, with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim! I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive and well at that. Ah, yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So, you didn't know him? Sir, I work in a tiny department, devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So, if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. Who is this guy? Well, tell me about your hand. About your hand. That happened during the course of the crime. Stripes cut, man. Stripes Cutsman. Well, you see, sir. I hear. You think you should just confess? But sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sure, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, the detective pointed that knife at me. I just hollered, sir. The next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were, huh? Then when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? And when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? I don't want to hear any more of this guy. That's some story. Officer Meekins, this is for you. Eek, I'm scared of knives, sir. It's okay, I just wanted to take... That's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dreams, sir, and I was being peeled. On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. Okay, so only, just passing the buck. It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Hey, why do you have that? That's... the day it was taken at the prosecutor's office. The day that Detective Goodman's body was found in the trunk. So this means I'm a free man! He had no scent! This is a dream, sir. I hope I never wake up! Okay. Just making sure. Just seeing what he knows about and what he doesn't. No, I don't know anything about that. Anything about this? There's another knife. Okay, no knives. No knives. No knives. Do you think you can take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir! That's it! That's it! That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment! Sir, now I remember, sir! You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card was the cause of it all! This ID card? Exactly, sir, that's exactly it! Nothing could be more exact, sir! Nothing! What are you talking about? Oh, you're just gonna say the same thing. Okay, so... I think we're getting mildly closer to, the info that we want. But we gotta get through this guy's annoying dialogue. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Do you remember? 21st day of September. Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. Why didn't they take his megaphone when he was being processed? I don't know. I hope I never see him again, because I don't want to do this voice much longer. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and left at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him. Do unto two others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir. What? What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Ema? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim whom he met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. If this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir! That's what I wanted to say! That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? She still ended up here. They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly. No, but the videotape was quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime, my crime, the crime I swore to stamp out. It's there, it's me I'm on the tape. Oh, that's cool. Rocking out to some Phoenix Right? Phoenix Rock. And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. Oh, man, I should have given this guy a Barney Fife accent instead. Oh, well. I'm done with this guy anyway. Alright. I'm so done with that guy. Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the Chief of Detectives desk. And you're sure this is all? Hmm? You know what it means if there is anything missing? Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats. Under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away, deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. Uh-huh. Right, though, my boy. How ya been? Swim much? Oh, Chief Gant. Reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Is Edgeworth gonna be okay? Oh, worthy. Oh, you know they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep, well, they've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year. You mean the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right? Right, though? Ah, yes. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they'd do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? It's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf too, I mean. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Now, right though, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And in particular, well, it's a little sensitive. I can't talk about it. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives' trap shut. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier. Huh? You saw that? Whoops. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. What do we want to present? How about this? The guy who can't sit still. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to present stuff to him and he's like, nah. I'm just looking to see what they might... You never know what he's gonna say to something. He's like, I'm sorry, I can't deal with, you know, crimes. I'm just trying to find, like, the one thing that maybe he'll talk about. It's not the shoe. It's not the knife that he gave us. Alright, so he doesn't really have anything to say about it. Okay, he doesn't really have anything to say about much. So, I think I'm just gonna move on from this guy because I don't Alright, I did. Stop pestering me with all this evidence. Yes, okay, you're useless. So, let's, here. Now, I'm wondering if I go back to criminal affairs, can I talk to the chief of police? Ooh, sorry you had to see that. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? See over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. Nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. You didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item? I am gonna check that lost item report. In fact, why don't we check it out right now? Interesting. Who just leaves random garbage behind when emptying a trash can? Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't work here. Alright, I'm actually gonna present that to him and just see what he says. Nope, he doesn't care about that either. Alright, well, he doesn't care about anything. Okay. Let's examine this just for fun. Oh, do we have to look it up close? Oh, I guess we do. Hey, Mats. Alright, you returned from the world of lurking. Thank you for returning from the world of lurking. Can I take out his batteries? I just can't help but feel he's going to do something naughty. He might. Well, he might. If it wasn't for... Alright, anyway. I'm gonna go to the guard station. Let's just see if somebody's there. Why don't we actually, like, do that, though? Why don't we actually check it? Oh, we can't get in there because there's a weird door. Alright. Well, I guess this ain't happening. Anything going on? Oh, darn. Cold murderous eyes. I don't trust that mascot, I gotta be honest. I honestly don't know what to do next, but we'll figure it out. Because the marshal guy disappears. Oh, maybe there's something new that I don't know here. So I'm just gonna, like, see if there's anything, like, new coming out on here. Otherwise, I just have to re-examine everything. Oh, the saluter's an eye test. Okay. Anything else going on? What's this? Alright, so nothing really, like, new has happened. This is basically the old stuff that they were talking about. Alright. We just did the guard station. We just did the parking lot. Oh! Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Hmm? Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Now, Wright, though. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate after all. Wright, though, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow 50 bucks? I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead. Investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. Just goes to show, you never know until you ask. And for you here, you can borrow this. Huh, hey. It's a detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir, it's an honor. You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks. I'd like 50 bucks, Gant. Here you go, Mats. Hey, it looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir, because, sir, we get to go to the evidence room now, sir. Alright. Well, looks like we're going to the evidence room. Wait. Oh. Oops. The evidence room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Ha! Card reader is turned off, see? Oh, there is a bit of sound from the TV, but not too much. Just enough to annoy me. Anyway, what is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, well, what's made my Bambina's skies so gray? In fact, Gant, if you give me 50,000 bucks, I can triple the investment and give you half the proceeds. Runs away with money. Draven, you're guilty. You're guilty. Objection. Officer Marshall. What's that? Why does it have to be him to look for? As you may have surmised, this here is my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw. That card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw? Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. Crime scene's awaiting. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you, hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. We're gonna see. Well, you know what? Maybe if I present a steak. That smell. Ah, reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Miss Starr. Well, what's this? What? What's wrong? Filet steak lunch. I see, I see. What? Why did that music play? Hello, Evie, how's it going? I don't see. I wonder what it means. Alright, Bambina, you win. Ask anything. He's willing to talk. Okay. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. Ah, poor little doggy. Poor guy, I keep getting his name wrong. I'm calling him Makeley. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know. Snack is an onomatopoeia for eating. Yes, it is. Snack, 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 snack. So what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take the machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? I hear ya. Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case? That's right. The evidence transfers. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. If nothing happens, tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. So this is the ID card record. Okay. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Wouldn't be the baked cauliflower buffalo wing substitutes. I wouldn't be either. I've had cauliflower bites. Oh, nah. Huh? Haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. Sorry, but you could explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. We're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? You liberally cover them in sauce. Maybe that's the solution. Just get that delicious cherry sauce, the red sauce of justice. So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? Goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. Sheriffs back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence. Not the only thing they trusted was their shooting hand. This is neither Wild nor West here. Aha, that and this are 2 different things entirely. I'm gonna see what evidence he actually responds to. Shoe. Not the shoe. Oh dear, oh dear. Cauliflower wings. Cauliflower pizza crust. I've seen pizzas in the store that have that, but they're like twice the price. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Alright, I wanna know if he like believes in any of the evidence, because if not, if not, then it's fine, I can move on. So, not the phone. That's not even evidence, that was a report. So I don't think this guy's gonna respond to any of the evidence here. This is fine. Didn't even respond to that, but I wouldn't respond to that either. See this? This is the victim's ID card. The one that was on the ground in the parking lot. number on this is 584-2189. Officer Marshall. So it's that ID card record again. Yeah, it's there. Look, the fourth number, it's a perfect match. Costs twice the price of most of the frozen pizzas, and yet you're still stuck with frozen pizza. So I'd rather not. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room? Hold on. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. He had his ID card. Oh. Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. Okay. Cool. Okay. Anything else we can talk about? No. Would you like to talk about security systems or transfers? Steph wants that real pizza, but, you know. Actually, who can fight that, actually? I should get pizzas this week. That's what I should do. Alright, let's go to the evidence room. It's quite an evidence room. It's quiet. So this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Okay. Oh, hello. I haven't done that. Yeah. Well, I had leftovers today, so I didn't want to do it today. Later this week, maybe like tomorrow or maybe Wednesday. If I do it on like Thursday, then my weekend is covered. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? Right, oh please, do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I give him $50, no problem. So, go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out. Yeah, that's true. So, Chief of Police Gant will loan anyone $50? Even me? Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day? Guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. Okay. First of all, you'll want to have this. Okay. I'm gonna look at that, actually. This doesn't look interesting at all. How boring. Wait, I could spray. I know, let's spray around. Oh, hey! Look what we have here. Someone with 3 fingers. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch the spot if he fled out the door. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. Let's borrow $50 from the chief. Where do you get this, Ema? I always buy it by mail order. Out of the Smears catalog. Yeah. Alright. Anything else I can spray? Anything over here? Door? Anything on the door? Maybe on the floor? Anything more? Wait. Well, that's definitely something there. But that stood out a little more. I knew it! This was someone's right handprint. What? What's the matter, detective? This locker. It's mine. It's yours. Please. You have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. What? But you're a detective. Alright. Anything else worth spraying? Whoa! That must have been one massive pool of blood. Hey, Bella. Can't you hear me yell? Bella! I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman. After all, he was one of the blue bloods. He's actually an alien! What? This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. But your opinion was that Detective Goodman is an alien, although we haven't disproven that yet. Yeah, but she has a catalog. She's good. She just mail orders it. Anything else to spray? I say spray the paint. After all, it's now spray paint. Anyway. Anything else? I think that pretty much covers it. No blood on the lights. Why is there so much paint in here? Let's talk to this guy. So, Detective Gumshoe, your boss for the day. That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. Hi, Wild of the Wild West Soy. Hey, Bella. With your boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They were using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. I'm adamant, though. I'm gonna take control and put this case to rest. My own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Haha, of course. I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open. I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. Bye. Yeah, sounds good. So Mr. Edgeworth is with the Inquiry Committee now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. Let's see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Well, I'm on my third card since entering the force already. I only entered like a year ago. It sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coated with a fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see? The handles? The other side of the handles is a sensor. If the wrong person touches it, zap, you get a shock. If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know how about the fingerprint locks. What can I present to you? How about this bloody knife? Oh, we already... Oh, we got the note. Okay. So, maybe there's some loose ends left on the case. So we looked at that. If you can open it, they'll give you 50 cents. No, the police department lacks faith in its lock system. Okay. You lost your York faculty ID not once, but twice in the time you worked there? Draven Gumshoe. Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. At the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office. So, the only way that he could have opened his locker is if he was actually here. So if he was here, he could not have been in the underground parking lot. Allow me to say one thing, speaking as a detective. If I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. Nothing! That's fine. You bet it's fine, pal. Take a look at this. This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Ooh, wah. What is it? That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth! What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? I just want to see what the time was on it. 4:40 p.m. Also, I think the first one is fake. Can I just say the first one is fake? Who has the ID 77777777? Also, somebody came in twice. It could be Officer Meekins. It could be Officer Draven. I don't know. Okay, this guy knows nothing about that. We already know. That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. Why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left in that case. Anything else? I don't think there's much. I've already shown him like some stuff. Why don't we examine a little more of this area here? Draven Evidence Room DeVere. You're not just a judge, you're an officer too. Do you ever notice that you don't see Judge Draven investigating, but you also don't see Officer Draven in the trial? They're the same person. Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. That looks like a car door. It's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away. Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing. It's been shot square in the forehead. Better him than us. Yeah, I agree. There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. Guess it must be evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. Just because I can't tie my tie right. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. Guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot, too. I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat, either. I bet not. If you're going to talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. Okay. Oh. This place is stuffed with evidence. Stuffed with dreams. I'm not so sure about the dreams. It won't open. Do you really think it would? Hey pal, our security is high-tech around here. What's this stuff? Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here. What a sorry-looking fishing pole that is. Ah, it's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, pal, that's the metal detector. The one that led to the solving of that case out on Gourd Lake, remember? Oh, right. Well, that feels like it was ages ago. And I don't think I've seen this one before. Well, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it will come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. You can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart. I agree. So slide over here. What is a saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art? Notice that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger. Well, you might say this is my studio. Here? The evidence room? Okay, so yeah, okay. What's that? Someone left a glove here, but only one. Oh yeah, that was Danny Glover. Detective Gumshoe, maybe? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. You mean SL9? It's a glove. Take my hand with your glove of love. What's going on over here? No, I want to examine that. Well, there's an open one. Look, this one's open. And the red indicator light above the door is lit. It's dope. It's fly. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker? You know we're gonna have a plot twist where, like, it's kind of an Addams Family thing where Detective Goodman was in one place, but, like, his hand is, like, thing and can walk around on its own. Someone was trying to steal SL9 evidence. Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. I think the contents are stolen. What's this? Blood? It's a little worn. There's definitely a handprint here. Looks like someone tried to wipe it off. With water. Mr. Wright! What if there are other bloodstains left in the room? We should use our testing fluid to check it out, but we already did. Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from The Case. The Case? The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there? I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. Want to try to put it back together? Ha! Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. Watch me do it in like a minute. That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Are we actually... Oh, we're actually going to do it. Oh, gosh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, what? Oh. Well... Okay, this is interesting. I see, this is gonna be interesting. Okay, so we can put this together. I don't think that quite... Wow, this looks like Ontario. What's going on here? Hey, it's Ontario! These don't look like they fit at all. There we go. Oh, we're putting it together, piece by piece. No, it's got to be a better fit. Thinking no. No, it's definitely not that. Nope. Okay. I'm putting this piece in. There we go. You sound like you are kind of suspicious of this whole thing, right? You sound very suspicious of the whole thing. You sound very suspicious of it all. One more piece. Except there's one piece missing. Shenanigans are afoot. Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. Problem was finishing it. Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Unstable jar. I would like to examine it, though. I can rotate. Hey, look! They're hard to make out, but there are some dark red stains here. Someone was eating raspberries. Looks like blood. You think Detective Goodman's blood somehow got on this when he was stabbed? Not likely. This blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. What the heck is this handle? What? Huh? This thing doesn't have a bottom. Phoenix, Wright, you don't have a bottom either. What's going on? Yeah, what's the purpose of a bottomless jar? Well, the purpose of a bottomless jar is that you put jelly beans in it that you want to eat later, but they all fall to the bottom, so you have none left, and you don't get plump. At least it doesn't collect dust inside, right? Anyway. Phoenix Wright is an unstable jar. Got that right. So is there anything else of interest on this jar? There's that. Anything like in it? Could be cool if there was like a name stamped in it. Like Miles Edgeworth. While I'm at it, can I like look at this this glove here? This glove. The tag says SL911. I guess this is another piece of evidence from that case. You know, I never did care for the word tag. It's confusing. Huh? What's so confusing about that? Do you know how many other words sound like it? Bag, gag, nag, lag, sag. Sag, is that a word? You challenged me? What, are we playing a word game now? Oh my gosh. What the heck? Is there anything special about this glove, other than that it's a glove? Take my hand with your glove of love. I don't know. Oh, 3D. Anything else I can examine? It's a locker. So we got blood, blood, and big blood. None of those words sound remotely like tag. Bag, lag, sag, gulag. Heidi Montag. Everything. Okay. I think we should talk about the incident. Now that was a bloody violent case. Violent, so it was a murder. A serial killing. Yes you do. But the killer made a mistake and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. Now this was 2 years ago. That put Mr. Edgeworth... Wendy old bag. Yeah, sounds too much like tag. I'll confuse the tag for an old bag. That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight. And started the rumor mill. But rumor had it. Ooh. Rumors. They're supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So, a switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? Hey pal, look at the time! Was there something you needed to be going to? What? It's just a Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm gonna go give them my report for the... That's not a report. That is a flyer for restaurant. The Pomo restaurant. That doesn't even need a special name. It's just called restaurant. It might help you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you've got fitness? I'm off, pal. Later. I don't trust that guy. Well, I think that about covers that. I think I'm ready to go back to the guard station. I'm just gonna test the evidence on this guy. If he doesn't really care, then I'm fine. He doesn't care about the evidence. Neither do I. That's not even evidence. That's just a thing that's in the next room. Alright, so this guy's like of no value. This guy's of absolutely no value. Alright. So let's see if maybe we can do something. You sure have a lot of monitors in here. There's 8 cameras in the evidence room after all. 1 for each section. Which monitor shows the section where the crime took place? Why do cattle sit before the rains come? It's not for man to know. You have no idea. Unless you're the security guard responsible. So he has no idea. This cactus sure is prickly. Must be real. Best keep your distance from Billy there. You're liable to get hurt. Billy? The cactus has a name? Billy, you're wearing your cowboy hat on your hand. I'm a rawhide cowskin 10-gallon hat. I'll just pick that up, but Billy took a fancy to it. Dude's not even Texan. A leather jacket, leather pants, and a leather... Those aren't pants. Those are chaps. And that's a poncho up there. Aha, a poncho! Sure looks cool, but the name is a little silly. Why is there so much alcohol in this room? Look, on the floor, it's a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. I just roped me a steer with this here lasso. What? It was a bellowing moo, pal. Moo. Detective Gumshoe, I presume. Okay. Anything else of value here? Not really. Oh, the door. Look at the swinging door, just like a Wild West saloon. Ah, sorry partner, but we're closed for the day. Huh? Y'all get along home now. I think Officer Marshall really wanted to be a Wild West bartender. I always wanted to say that. Okay. The evidence room is beyond that door. I turned on the card reader. Go have yourself a ball, partners. Alright. Well, I've already done it, so I think we can leave. Unless he's got something new to say, which he doesn't. We'll head back to the police department. I don't think there's anything new here. I think we should see what's going on in here. Babes in uniform calendar. Oh, baby. Which one is Detective Goodman's desk, though? Oh, I can't believe I got my cursor stuck on this thing right here. Get out of the way. That one doesn't. Well, some of them have the fanciest in models here. Others do not. I like how they have this thick laptop here. A thick laptop. What's this guy up to? That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. I know. The killer used a cassette tape. What a crafty trick. That gunshot was a fake. This is good. No one will expect a cassette tape in this day and age. He's writing a novel. He's writing a different novel. First it was dry ice. Then a tape. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna like start presenting evidence here. We're just gonna see what happens. If he doesn't know anything about the evidence, I won't know anything about the evidence. Can you look at this? No, I can't. I didn't bring a locker with me. He doesn't know anything about anything, so he's kind of useless. He is very useless, so I'm not gonna get anything out of this guy, pretty much. And nothing. Alright. Well, back to the law officers with me. Wanna talk about anything? How about to the parking lot? I say we present some things. Okay, I'm just gonna see what she actually responds to. If she responds to anything. Which is also unlikely. Nobody seems to be responding. They just talk about tea over and over again. It's tea over and over again about steaming. Gonna be very useful now, is she? Now I could go to the High Prosecutor's office, which I will. I will do that now. What are you doing here? You know, of all people, why did this guy show up again? Not that I'm, like, dissatisfied, but... Ah, guests, my apologies. Oh, it's you! You never know who's gonna show up next. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave, so long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Right. This isn't even a hotel. Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Ah, yes, he brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. You think this man isn't carrying a tray, it's just part of his hand. I thought it was a tray with tea and Yoshi's cookies. I think he was trying to console me somehow. Oh, the real info's on the other side. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Yeah. Should we examine anything? How about the tea again? Oh, cute. I go more for the instant tea bags myself. Why does she make that face when talking about tea? I don't think anything new has, like, happened. If I had to guess. I mean, I'll go through everything, but... But I'll just go through it quickly, just, you know, for the sake of things. I don't think there's anything new. It's all the same. Alright, anyway, let's talk. So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again. I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However, something happened. They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police, Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you? Why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Why don't I present you some things? Here, what's this? Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth just told you no in a very polite manner. Show him the best evidence? No, it's not the glove. I gotta find the right evidence. How about this? That's not it. Nope, it's not that. Oh, right. I'd better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Gant, no less. Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. It would have been solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Unrelated screwdriver. Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Well, I am going to investigate this particular screwdriver of sorts. It's a screwdriver. It's a flathead. The tag says I-16. What's that got to do with anything? Nothing, apparently. At least that's what Edgeworth said. That makes it seem all the more suspicious. Who knows? This might turn out to be the clue that breaks the case. Wouldn't that be nice? However, it seems uninteresting unless I could spray it. Yeah. Any other biz? Nah, there's probably nothing else going on. Let's talk. No. I'm gonna start presenting other pieces of evidence. Just for kicks. It's a bloody knife. Wizard has returned. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on. The SL9 incident. Oh, that's what I'm doing. Wizard, come on, man. You think I'm no expert in scrolling text? Well, I'm not. And you've given me good advice. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. Oh, there's more to this? Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Well, let's see. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too then. Interesting. He was a top officer and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't... Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science? Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid, Well then, you might have some use for this! Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints! It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. It's Edgeworth brand. Okay, yeah, okay, that's fine. I don't have any information about this. Like, I've been playing for 2 hours, and I don't have a lot more to go on than I did when I started. This has to get deeper. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Like, I'm still trying to figure out why somebody died in 2 different places, because I don't think somebody died in 2 different places. That's rare. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. Okay. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. Okay. Well, let's head out. Let's move around. You know what? I say we do some dusting right here, right now. Let's dust all over the place. Ace Attorney cases always end up in weird spots, I'm aware. That's just kind of how the game goes. It's a powder puff. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, so I can't just, like, poof willy-nilly? Aw. See, I can spray willy-nilly, but I can't poof willy-nilly. That's a shame. It's clear that no one was murdered in the evidence room based on Meekin's. The question is, why? And who's covering up what's actually happening? Can't figure that out. So I can't poof willy-nilly. So I guess we're gonna go here. We're gonna check out the, let's go here. Nah, let's not. I thought maybe I could talk to somebody there. Let's go to the evidence room and do some dusting. Here, in this blood on the detective evidence locker. I think you should let me handle it first. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. Let's choose the finger that... Now, hold on a second. Really can't tell the difference at a glance. I could. Now, hold on a second. Let's do this one. Okay. Now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Ema's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With the A button. See? Ah, looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With the X button on the DS, I know you had to actually blow. But that's a thumb. I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake, see? Wow, that looks like fun. It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. Well, it might. Pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting. We'll give it a try. Anyhow, I'm actually gonna go... Oh, whoops. No, I want to go back for a second. Well... I'm just gonna, like, dust all over the place. Look at this! Oh, yeah. Oh, man. This is pretty wild to look at. Aha, you did it! You found one! But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Actually, mention it. I guess it doesn't. What's it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this fingerprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Oh, what a waste of time. But it does seem a shame. Let's look for other prints. Well, I know that there were some. Seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Well, there's this one right here. Let's take a look. Let's dust everything. Oh, it's too bad I can't hold it down and just like turbo spray, but okay. That seems pretty thorough. Okay. Whew. Ah, look at that. Any more? Oh, I need to do a little more at the top, I guess. Whew. Do I have to do like any more? I think that seems fine. Seems like a fine fingerprint. Whew. Yay! A print's so clear, it's dazzling. The dazzling. Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. We're not done yet. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? It's true. That's okay. I don't mind using actual buttons. The fingerprint data. Point out the person you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I can make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints will we most likely find on this evidence locker? Well, is it Damon Gant? Well, it's most likely Gumshoe, which it is. Dick Gumshoe. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably what I was... because I was thinking, so what? Okay, so we came up, with nothing this time. There's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. Gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. If I remember correctly, there's one other handprint in this room. Which there was. In fact. Right, there was a handprint here too. 16 what? 16 point match? I think they matched 16 different points on the fingerprint. They all matched. I'll try using this. Yes! Let's check for prints. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? And after finding it using chemical means, any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. That means no prints. Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Okay. Well, this one looks pretty nice. That one? Oh, but I can't dust it. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now hold up. So those were wiped away, but are there any that... Wait. Oh. This one right here. Let's dust it. Let's dust this joint. Alright. I'm gonna spray like mad. Yeah. I feel like I've heard that 16-point thing before. And might as well blow. Oh, it's not complete. I still have to dust some more. Hold on, there's still more space dust here. Okay. Now, whose was that? Nope. What if it was hers? No? No? Yes. Hello, Janny. How are you doing today? We're scanning for fingerprints. I'm being a forensic scientist today. Okay, wizard. No, let me. I'm gonna jump to conclusions. I can do whatever I want. If you're gonna shoot down every hypothesis I have, I'm gonna shoot you down out of the chat. Give me a little time to be a detective. Hi. Well, I'm okay. I'm just sitting here, dusting for prints. It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall. Marshall's fingerprints added to the court record. Oh, he might be guilty. That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Ema. This is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. Might as well jump. Wait. Is there a Van Halen reference in here that I'm not getting in the game? The luminol reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. Oh! He seems guilty. But why would Officer Marshall? Looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. Oh, what a perfect place. What a perfect place. What a perfect place. Blah, blah, blah. Okie dokie. So that's that. Let's not jump to conclusions. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to jump to conclusions. But here's another conclusion that we have. The stream is over. You can all go home now. Cue roundabout meme. Yeah, I wanted to end a little earlier, but oh well, it's fine. That's okay. I just didn't want this to go until like 8:30. But anyhow, it looks like we have a trial coming up on the next stream, which will be the next Ace Attorney stream is Friday. I will probably definitely need some help on that one. We will see. Tomorrow, don't forget, there are 2 streams going on. We've got a stream at 9 a.m., where I'm doing a collab stream with Attack on Minecraft Dungeons. And, what am I doing in the evening? Ah, yes, Guardians Crusade, a.k.a. Night and Baby. And speaking of night, good night.